Good morning. Happy Thursday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to give you something to think about and talk about over the course of the day and beyond if you choose. So welcome to everybody as they begin to pop on. Good morning, Abigail. You're the first one here today. Glad to have you. And we are in the throes of our 21 days of invoking divine right timing and divine right order. So we will do our morning ritual with that, but first I like to start us off with some tapping. It looks like someone else is here. Welcome, glad you're here. Jonelle, good morning, dear, glad you're here. We'll give it a minute for everybody to begin to pop on, and here we are, in the dark on Thursday morning. I'm having a hard time getting my brain wrapped around this dark thing. It's I really loved getting up in the light, but then that also means you go to bed in the light. So, yeah. There's probably that one day in the middle where it's just right. Good morning, Barb. Welcome. Ooh, I just made a batch of peach herbal tea, and it is so good. Yummy, yummy. I bought myself some more peppermint yesterday, too. So, let us start with some tapping. Pick your spot wherever you like. I like this one. Very grounding. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. A little deeper. In through the nose. Hold. Out through the mouth. Just feeling your shoulders settle down. Say that 5 times real fast. Just feeling energy settling, beginning to free up some energy to zoom around within you and energize you. So yesterday was an interesting day. A lot of things on the docket. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. And one of the things that was on the docket was a visit to my friend Sarah, who she and I exchange energy services, and it was my turn to receive. And we had canceled back when because of all that unfolded with my dad. So sorry about that. A message dropped in, and of course my brain zooms right there. Helpful brain. So I wasn't sure what I wanted. She does Reiki, she does massage, she does angel cards, she does all kinds of stuff. So I figured I'd just show up and we'd see where it led us. So first we just did some talking, but then we were led to the cards. Good morning, Beth. Glad you're here. Welcome. And the same message kept unfolding over and over and over, which is a part of today's message. And so I kind of have the smirk on my face of, okay, Bonnie, how many times does it need to hit you in the head before you heed the guidance? And not that I haven't been heeding this guidance, but it's been very repetitious. But let us start with our 21 days of invoking divine right timing and divine right order. And we have 4 guiding principles that we're kind of breathing into our being to help us on this path. So let's do call and response. We'll start with the first one. Today the divine will show me the way. I am open to all signs and messages. The perfect steps are already picked, and I am guided to them. Moving through the world, open to constant help, gets easier and easier with practice. Hello, Beth. Glad everybody's here. So, is there one of those that tends to chime for you more than the others? For me, to begin with, it was today the divine will show me the way. As we're moving in through the days, I'm finding more affinity with the perfect steps are already picked and I am guided to them. One of the messages from yesterday was kind of that 3 feet from gold thing. You're almost there. Keep going. Don't quit. Keep opening yourself to whatever options come your way. So that's kind of the energy of where I'm coming from at this time today. Another meeting today, and this one's a little more tangential to what I'm trying to accomplish, but I feel like I have some skills that will be useful to this group as they're doing what they're doing. So I'll show up. But there was also, and some of you may have seen it, those of you who are doing the Insight Timer event that is happening right now. Yesterday's, when I finished yesterday's little meditation, which was about 7 minutes long, and it was Kristen Neff, talking about how we can treat ourselves far more kindly. That's the one that resonates for you. I'm open to all signs and messages. Fabulous. Yes. My guess is if we had a sorting hat that sorted us into these 4 messages, there would be some of us in each one, which is cool because then every one of the messages is getting energized by at least one of us. Gotta love that. And that's part of the value of doing this together as well, is we're energizing this journey not only for ourselves but for each other. So that's pretty cool too. So the message that was on the Insight Timer, after that, it oftentimes pops up a list of potential meditations that you have not listened to. Perfect steps. All right, awesome. Hello, Nancy. Glad you're here. Yeah, I'm scattered today, but I'm tracking. I'm coming right back. It's just one of those days. Okay, so I'm going to do a little whole brain posture here, just to get myself grounded and centered a little better. Anywho, to finish that thought, which some of you are probably going, come on, get to the point. There was another little meditation that just drew me in, right? Like the perfect steps are already picked for me. And it was about ego death. Ego death. How is that for a title, right? But the gist of it is, when we let go of our small self, the ego that operates out of fear, and it's kind of like Chicken Little running around, oh my God, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. We can get so much further. We can get so much further. Like, that's like sending that subconscious mind to the back of the bus and allowing the heart and soul to lead. Because what happens then? We are willing to experience failure. We are willing to get knocked down, get up, dust ourselves off, and try again. We don't have that, what will people think of me, rattling through our brain over and over and over at Mach 3. It puts us in much more of a position to be willing to try things, to fail forward to success, to bang our heads against the wall and see what happens, right? So this card today kind of fits in with that, the ego death piece, which is just such an interesting part of where we're going. Ego's necessary, but it's not serving us well when we let it drive the bus. So our card deck today, see if I can get the glare off of it, is the Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. And our card for today, and this is near and dear to my heart, is Bee Energy, Bee Spirit. The reason I love bees is back in the day when I had my Mary Kay team going, we were Bonnie's Busy Bees. And my license plate, my initials are BRN. So it was BRN, the number 2, and BUZ, Born to Buzz. So this all kind of holds together for me. Bee Spirit, sweet results await. And again, to me, that was that promise that if I just keep stepping forward in faith, if I just keep doing what shows up right in front of me, things unfold. Things unfold. So here it is. Let's take a breath. Let it go. Be spirit. Sweet results await. Oracle message. The Bee Spirit's message is that sweet rewards are on their way if you are willing to get your ego out of the way. Bee Spirit knows not to let a sense of being separate get in the way of a good thing. Bee Spirit is always producing honey. Miracles and magic are everywhere. When you connect with the great hive, you are vibrating and buzzing in exquisite harmony with all. Think about that. Vibrating in exquisite harmony with all. Gotta love that. Bee Spirit asks that your focus be on connectivity. Your body, heart, soul, and psyche experience total interconnectedness and a true integration when you self-forget. So it's when we, and I'm going to put an and in there, all right, especially for women, because we've been so trained up to ignore ourselves and highlight everybody else and take care of everybody else's needs before our own, blah, blah, blah. There's an and in there. There's an and in there. I take exquisitely good care of myself. Thank you, Gwen. I appreciate that. And in doing so, I can also take very good care of others. I can be of support. I can be a cheerleader. I can walk a path with somebody. I can do all those things because I've allowed my own tank to be filled as well. When you remember that you are a part of a greater unified consciousness, Bee Spirit wants you to remember that your part in the divine partnership with the conscious universe is being rewarded even if you can't see that yet. That resonated for me. It's like, it's all happening. It's just still under the ground, like planting a seed, watering it, but then you have to wait for it to break ground, right? So that's kind of where some of us are at with the various things we're interested in and working on. Share your good fortune as there is plenty of honey for all. Be a part of the larger whole, the force that brings forth all that is sweet and delightful. And then there's a part in here that's a protection message. When Bee Spirit comes as your protector, she asks that you be honest with yourself. Do you want to take the sweet honey others have been making, but you feel it unattainable? Yes, vibrating in harmony with all. Love that too. Thank you, Gwen. Do you wonder how others ended up with so much magical honey when you seem to have little? Do you separate from the hive to do it all on your own or to hoard what honey you have, unwilling to trust that there is support and plenty of sweetness to go around? If you have been overworking and overdoing and have not given yourself any time to enjoy the sweetness of life, Bee Spirit is telling you to stop and recharge. Even busy bees need to take a break. So remind yourself that sweetness is everywhere and available to you always when you need it. I'm going to show you the card again. And here's the thing about that. It fits right in with our 4 statements because, and again, I'm going to go back and repeat the thing for the people who are the doubters. If you doubt that there is such a thing as divine right timing and divine right order, can you at least believe, espouse the idea that everything's out there, but what we pay attention to makes all the difference? Again, I go back to the green car analogy. If I tell you to look for green cars, you're going to see green cars everywhere. Were you aware of them prior to that? Probably not. They'd pass and you just didn't even register them. But when you're called to look for a particular something, you will see it. So what if that's the same for the things you desire? They are out there. They're in the universe. They're operating. They're present. But until you change the filters of, I can have this, I do deserve to have what I want and need. The divine will show me the way. I'm open to all signs and messages. The perfect steps are already picked and I am guided to them. Moving through the world open to constant help gets easier and easier with practice. When you take that into your heart and soul, is it not likely that you're going to be far more observant, of the things that you're looking for out in the world? Again, the "Are You My Mother" approach to manifesting. You're aware as you're moving through your world. What are the things, the places, the people where what I'm looking for is likely to manifest? And also knowing that sometimes those things manifest in places we least expect them. So when we're called to something that maybe doesn't make sense to us, but it's a pretty strong call, a pull, heeding that pull, going, noticing, being the curious observer. So that's kind of what I would like for us today, is step forward in the world as the curious observer. I wonder where my next step lies. I wonder what my next step will be. I wonder how it'll be revealed to me, and just move through the day in that kind of a curious, expectant mindset. Watch for ego. Watch for ego. How do you know when ego is stepping forward and driving the bus? When you find yourself playing not to lose. When you find yourself having fear thoughts. When you find yourself being willing to dim your light in order not to ruffle feathers. When you find yourself procrastinating, putting something off, even though there's the tug, do it now, the din-din club. Those are some signs that when you're worried about what other people are going to think, when you're uncomfortable putting out there what it is that you're wanting and needing for fear of someone else's reaction. Those are all signs that you're in ego. So take some breaths, do some tapping, step into that wide open meadow where all is possible, where beautiful things are already happening, and you're a part of them. You're a part of them. So one last nice deep breath in. Let it go. Ready to go forth and engage with the world. Have an awesome Thursday. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.